Opening. The truth is, your brain doesn't forget because it's weak. It forgets because you're not using it the right way. Think about it. How many times have you spent hours reading, highlighting, memorizing, only to sit in front of the exam paper and realize most of it has vanished? It's frustrating. It feels unfair. And it makes you wonder if maybe you're just not smart enough. But here's the good news. The problem isn't you. It's the method. And what if I told you there are science-backed strategies that make remembering feel natural, almost automatic, like your brain was built for it? And this video isn't about shallow study tricks. It's about proven methods, the kind that not only help you ace exams, but also sharpen your memory for work, personal growth, and lifelong learning. So, if you've ever felt like your brain just can't keep up, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll discover a smarter way to study, one that finally turns your effort into real results. The memory problem. The truth is, most people don't have a bad memory. What they really have is a bad method. Let me explain. There's a concept in psychology called the forgetting curve, and it's brutal. Studies show that within just 24 hours, you can forget up to 70% of what you studied. Think about that, an entire day of effort almost gone by the next morning. And here's the worst part. The way most of us study actually makes the problem worse. We reread our notes, hoping repetition will make things stick. We highlight entire pages until they glow like a neon sign. We cram the night before an exam, thinking, at least I'll remember it tomorrow. But deep down, you already know how that story ends. Stress, exhaustion, and a blank mind when it matters most. The truth? These methods don't train your brain to remember. They only trick you into thinking you're learning. You feel busy, you feel productive, but your brain isn't encoding the information deeply enough to hold on to it. And this is where the myth of bad memory comes in. How many times have you heard someone say, I just don't have a good memory? But that's not true. Memory is not a fixed trait, it's a skill. And like any skill, it can be trained, sharpened, and transformed. Here's the key insight. Remembering anything doesn't depend on raw intelligence or natural talent. It comes down to three simple processes: how you encode, how you review, and how you retrieve information. Once you understand how these three work together, you'll realize memory isn't luck, it's design. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. The science of remembering. Now that we've exposed the problem, let's talk about the solution. Because the truth is, your brain was never designed to remember through rereading or highlighting. It was designed to remember through doing, through testing, through connection, and through imagery. This is where the science of remembering comes in. Let's start with the first principle: active recall. Instead of rereading the same lines over and over, force your brain to bring the knowledge back out. For example, after reading a chapter, don't just close the book and move on. Close the book, grab a piece of paper, and write down everything you can remember. No notes in front of you, no safety net, just your mind versus the page. Yes, it feels harder than rereading, but that's the point. Every time you pull information out, you're strengthening the neural pathways that make recall automatic later. The second principle is spaced repetition. This one is a game changer. Instead of cramming everything the night before, review the material at increasing intervals: day 1, day 3, day 7, day 30. Each time you revisit the material, your brain says, oh, this again must be important, and so it keeps the memory alive. Think of it like lifting weights. The right stress at the right time builds lasting strength. Next comes elaboration. This is all about making new knowledge meaningful. Ask yourself, how does this connect to something I already know? Let's say you're learning about the heart pumping blood. Don't just memorize the terms. Connect it to a pump you've seen before, or to the feeling of your own heartbeat after a run. The more personal and familiar the link, the stronger the memory becomes. And then there's visualization. Your brain loves images far more than abstract words. So whenever you can, turn concepts into pictures. Studying history? Don't just memorize dates. Imagine yourself standing in that ancient city. Learning chemistry, visualize molecules as tiny Lego blocks snapping together. The more vivid and unusual the image, the easier it sticks. Now, here's the best part. All of these methods, active recall, spaced repetition, elaboration, and visualization, they work because they mirror how the brain naturally strengthens neural connections. You're not fighting against biology, you're working with it. And when you do that, studying stops feeling like a battle against forgetfulness. It starts feeling like unlocking a superpower you always had. Here's your rewritten step by step study routine script, polished for flow, storytelling tone, pacing for YouTube delivery, and natural pauses. The step by step study routine. Now that you understand the science of remembering, the real question is this: how do you actually turn it into a daily system you can follow? Because let's be honest, knowledge is nice, but results only come when you have a clear routine. So here's a step-by-step study system you can start using today. Step 1, preview and prime, 5 minutes. Before you dive deep, give your brain a roadmap. Skim the chapter, glance at the headings, look at the diagrams. Ask yourself, what's the big picture here? What's the main idea? This quick preview creates a mental map. So when you go deeper, your brain knows exactly where to file new information. Step 2, active learning session. Total 30 to 40% of your study time. Now comes the heavy lifting. Pick a section, read it carefully, then close the book and test yourself. Write down everything you can remember. Use flashcards. Quiz yourself. Quiz yourself. Or better yet, try explaining it out loud as if you're teaching a friend who has never heard it before. That's active recall in action. And yes, it feels harder than rereading, but that difficulty, that's the signal your brain is actually learning. Step 3, spaced review cycle. Here's where the magic really happens. After your first session, don't just move on and forget it. Instead, come back for quick reviews. 24 hours later, 3 days later, 1 week later, and 1 month later. These reviews don't have to be long, just a few minutes is enough. You can use apps like Anki or Quizlet, or even a simple notebook system. This cycle tells your brain, this matters, keep it. Step 4, the Memory Palace, advanced. If you're ready to level up, try the Memory Palace. Here's how it works. Imagine a familiar place, your school, even a street you walk every day. Now, assign each piece of information to a spot in that place. Your front door holds the first idea, your kitchen table holds the second, your bedroom, the third. Later, when you mentally walk through your palace, the ideas come back in perfect order, like picking up objects along the way. This ancient technique is one of the most powerful memory tools ever created, and it still works beautifully today. Step 5, closing reflection, 5 minutes. At the end of your study session, don't just shut the book and walk away. Pause. Summarize what you learned in your own words. Then write down 2 or 3 ways it connects to your real life. Why? Because memory loves meaning. When knowledge feels personal, your brain treats it as valuable, and that's when it sticks. So let's recap the system. Preview and prime gives you the map. Active recall locks in the learning. Spaced reviews keep it alive. Memory palaces supercharge your recall, and reflection ties it all together. This isn't just another study hack. It's a reliable, repeatable routine, a structure you can count on, whether you're preparing for exams, mastering a new skill, or learning for life. Do you want me to also expand this into a full video section, 4 to 5 min pacing, with extra storytelling hooks and real-life examples like fitness, language learning, or public speaking, so it feels even more engaging for your audience? Here's your rewritten Powerful Memory Boosters script, polished for flow, storytelling tone, and YouTube pacing. Powerful Memory Boosters. Now that you've got the step-by-step study routine down, let's take it one step further. Because here's the truth. Sometimes it's not about adding more hours. It's about using smarter strategies that multiply the results of the time you're already putting in. Think of these as your secret weapons, memory boosters that can make learning feel almost unfair. Booster 1, teach it to learn it. Here's a secret most students never realize. You don't truly know something until you can teach it. When you explain an idea out loud to a friend, a classmate, or even just to your bedroom wall, your brain is forced to organize, retrieve, and connect the knowledge. That act of teaching creates deeper recall than any amount of rereading. So the next time you finish a chapter, don't just move on. Try teaching it back. You'll quickly discover what you really understand and what still needs work. Booster 2, dual coding. Your brain isn't just a text processor, it's a visual machine. When you combine words with visuals, diagrams, flowcharts, sketches, you create 2 highways to the same destination in your memory. Instead of only writing notes, add arrows, colors, and pictures. Make your notes alive. That way, when you're in the exam room, you won't just remember words, you'll see images that guide you back to the answer. Booster 3, chunking. Ever wonder why phone numbers are broken into chunks instead of one long string? It's because your brain loves patterns. Breaking information into smaller, meaningful groups makes recall effortless. So instead of trying to memorize 20 random terms, group them into 3 or 4 categories. Suddenly, the impossible becomes manageable. Booster 4, state-dependent learning. Here's a powerful but often overlooked trick. Your brain ties memories to the state you're in when you learn them. That means your environment, your emotions, even your posture can influence recall. So, if possible, study in a setting similar to where you'll need the knowledge: quiet, focused, distraction free. It's like telling your brain, this is the exact context where this information belongs. Booster 5, sleep and exercise, and finally, the most underrated boosters of all: rest and movement. When you sleep, your brain isn't resting, it's rewiring, consolidating everything you studied. And when you exercise, you flood your brain with oxygen and energy, making it sharper and more alert. So instead of pulling an all nighter, sometimes the smartest move you can make is a full night's rest or even a 20-minute walk. So here's your booster list: teach it to learn it, use dual coding, chunk your knowledge, match your study environment, and never underestimate sleep and exercise. Layer these on top of the study routine we built earlier, and learning won't just feel easier, it'll feel almost unfair. Do you want me to expand this section with mini real life examples, like explaining a math concept to a friend, using mind maps for history, or chunking vocabulary and language learning, so the audience can visualize exactly how to apply each booster? Here's your rewritten mindset for long term retention script with a storytelling tone, clear pacing, and motivational flow for YouTube delivery. Mindset for long term retention. At this point, you've learned the science, you've seen the routine, you've added the boosters. But there's one final piece that most people miss: mindset. Because memory is not about talent. It's not some gift that a lucky few are born with while everyone else struggles. Memory is built on one thing: consistency, day by day, bit by bit. The truth is, the strongest memories aren't created in one heroic marathon study session. They're forged through small, repeated actions stacked over time. And that's why micro habits matter so much. Just 5 minutes to review yesterday's notes, writing down one key insight from today's reading, explaining a single idea to a friend or even to yourself in the mirror. These moments may feel tiny, like almost insignificant in the moment, but together they become the backbone of long-term retention. Here's the shift I want you to make. You're not just cramming for the next test. You're not just getting through another class. What you're really doing is building yourself into a learner for life, because the ability to learn quickly, to remember deeply, and to apply knowledge, that's not just an academic skill, it's a life skill. It's what separates people who stagnate from people who keep growing in their careers, in their relationships, in their personal growth. So the next time you sit down to study, don't see it as a burden, see it as an investment. Every page you review, every concept you explain, every connection you make is another brick laid in the foundation of the person you are becoming. And over time, that foundation becomes unshakable. Do you want me to make this closing part more inspirational with a cinematic ending, like a powerful call to action that makes viewers feel they're stepping into their future self every time they study? Here's your rewritten closing call to action, more cinematic, motivational, and structured to leave your viewers inspired while nudging them to engage, subscribe, and share. Closing call to action. So let's bring it all together. If you can practice just 3 things: active recall, spaced repetition, and making meaningful connections, you can remember almost anything. Not because your brain is somehow extraordinary, but because you're finally working with it instead of against it. And here's the bigger truth: this isn't only about passing your next exam, it's about building a mind that never stops expanding, a mind that learns faster, adapts quicker, and carries wisdom that stays with you for a lifetime. So here's my challenge for you: don't wait. Take one subject you're studying right now and apply this method today. Even just one short session of recall, one round of spaced review, and you'll feel the difference. Your memory sharpens, your confidence grows, and suddenly studying doesn't feel like struggle, it feels like progress. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which memory technique will you try first? Will it be recall, visualization, chunking? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every one. And if this video gave you value, make sure you subscribe for more powerful tools to upgrade your mind and your life. Oh, and think of one friend who's struggling right now. Share this video with them because sometimes one shift in method is all it takes to change someone's future. Remember this, your memory is not fixed, it's a skill. And once you master it, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Do you want me to give you a shorter, punchier version of this call to action, about 45 to 60 seconds long, so you can drop it at the end of your video without losing energy?